And I have been trying to get this money from them, y'all, because I just knew I was going to start my little investment journey. Everything happened for a reason, and it lines up so, like, God is so cold, okay? So I had got denied the first time. So when I applied the second time, they approved me for $30,500. Y'all, I cried. I said, oh my gosh, I'm over here mad because I got denied.
Welcome to the Affluent Sisterhood podcast. On this podcast, we'll be interviewing entrepreneurs and exploring their journeys to being a boss.
So as we know, success leaves clues.
Success leaves clues?
Yeah, I'm assuming that the people that are watching this are business owners, or maybe they want to be a business owner, and they can learn from us. They can learn from the people that we actually interview, all of the clues that we're going to be dropping on our podcast.
That's awesome. I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I brought that up, and it was never no bashing Maggie sessions around me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no matter what, it's not going to be a bashing. I had nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
Bad. I literally, the only thing I said or could have said was, like, I just truly wish y'all hadn't have done that. Like, truly. But it wasn't even a y'all. It was me.
Yeah.
It was
I
me.
mean, we all had to take accountability for our actions, and we connected again.
Yes.
I don't even know how or why.
I don't know either. I don't know either, but that's the best part, okay? You just get up and do it.
But you have to take accountability. Like, she my sister, and I don't, like, that would be crazy. Like, why would I not talk to her again? Okay, that's crazy.
I know.
So, yeah, we chatted, and,
we got all of our feelings out. Hopefully. Did you get all yours out?
Yeah, but I ain't gonna lie, like, being around her was very emotional for me. Like, I would be like, remember that time we went to that restaurant? Baby, I went in the bathroom and I cried because I'm so emotional.
Like, that's what I didn't have an issue with none of you guys. You had your issue with me, rightfully so.
But the thing is, I would have handled it differently. And, we had our conversation.
That's how you would handle it, not how I handled it.
True.
So,
We've moved past that now.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Yeah, we have. So we talked, you know what I mean? And yeah, everything's great.
Y'all don't believe none of that because I don't.
No, everything is great for real. Like, it is great. We are having this conversation about it, and it is just making me think about how I felt in those moments. And, the times that I cried, and I'm just like, God, dog, like, ooh, this too much for me,
Yeah.
But I'm cool. It's cool. We talked. I apologized for my part. I also apologized for the boss that I was, because I know that I wasn't the best boss. Now, don't get it twisted. I think I was a good boss.
She was a good one.
But I don't think I was the best, because I never was a boss before.
Mm-hmm.
And I was learning things as I went, and she was telling me that this is why her performance was the way that it was. And I was like, well, mine wasn't the best. I need to be more organized. She needs more structure. And I'm just kind of go with the flow, wake up with ideas.
Exactly.
That's what I mean?
That's why I like going to other jobs. It's like, I literally know what I'm doing. I do my job and I go home. But with, being a business owner, you have to learn so many things, and a lot of things might be on the fly. It might be a lot of learning on the fly.
And see, that was so stressful for me with the business, because, again, I'm clear on how much we're paying, in payroll. I'm clear on how much the expenses are within the business. I did not necessarily have departments for, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like, staying on top of me. All right, we need to make X amount of dollars today. Like, that was all on me. And then I'm also making sure, are we doing everything that we need to do to make sure that everyone is paid,
Yeah.
And there'll be times where I wasn't paid. Like, we wasn't paid, because we got to make sure everybody else is paid. And, that was just a lot. It was just a lot. All of that was a lot. And I would have to pivot a lot. So initially I could be like, we doing this now. And then I'm watching a performance of what we're doing, and then it's like, oh no, we can't do that, baby. We gotta skirt. You know what I'm saying? We gotta hurry up. And I know while we were preparing for this, Dawn was telling me, like, the type of boss that I was, and, like, one of my best friends, because my best friend used to work with us. And shout out to her. She was the best at what she did and does, period. But yeah, she was just like, you made her pull over on the way to Disneyland with her family to send out an email. And I was like, ooh.
Like, that's terrible.
I did
Trash,
that.
tomato,
I did
tomato.
that. But the reason I did that was because if we didn't pivot immediately, I wouldn't have been able to pay them that week.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if I was clear on the fact that all of my efforts are to make sure that we eat.
No, that was very clear. That your efforts, we could clearly see them. We are meeting. We're like, it's not like we're just completely unorganized with no plan. We had a plan, but just literally a lot of the time, it had to change like right that second. And that's okay. But it's like, okay, I need boom, 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 boom. And it's like, literally stop what the hell you're doing right now and do it.
Yeah. And then, I definitely was tweaking. But everything happens for a reason, because I was on go mode. But everything happens for a reason. And, we needed that time apart because I needed to be alone as a boss. Again, like I said in the beginning, I always saw myself doing stuff with y'all, like with somebody else, like never with myself. And so in the time that we separated, I was able to like restructure the business, because again, we going on 6-figure salaries, right? We making all this money, so I'm having to let everybody go, even you. And now I'm just like, okay, now what are we doing? I still have staff here, left, but I'm like, what are we doing now? Because now I got to feed them, and I can't. They are the bread and butter. Like I can't let them go.
Yeah.
So I was just like, God, please. And I don't know if we hadn't talked for a while, but I know I prayed this prayer like a year. It was a year that I was like, God, I'm tired of being on hustle mode. I'm tired of like being stressed trying to make payroll. Like I'm tired of, I'm just tired. I'm so stressed out. And I was like, give me like a new business model that I don't have to, I can rest more. So while she was gone, I don't know if it had been a year, but it was a year. God finally gave me the answer, baby. God be talking to me in them showers, honey. And God gave me the answer. Girl, I'm in the shower like this. Okay. Oh, so boom. Okay. So, girl, I was in the shower talking to God. And he gave me clarity. And I was like, bad. I was like, okay. So I told the team, and I was like, look, y'all, we finna do this now. I was like, I need y'all to do X, Y, and Z. Baby, they did it. I was like, oh my God, I love y'all. Like, y'all are the best,
One thing about our team, they handle business, okay?
Baby, because they want their money.
And shout out to all of them. They do
we
want
love
their money,
y'all. They want their
not
money.
Like they're literally not just like,
they
let me do
solid.
this for the money. They go
love
above
us
and beyond.
Like God is good. Again, God is good. And
when the foundation is, set, it's literally
it's unshakable, baby.
It's up from there. Like the foundation has to be solid. And I feel like when we were, initially working together, it just wasn't solid yet because we were still figuring things out.
Yeah,
we were still figuring things out, and I guess it just took that time apart for us to, or for you to, get things in order.
Sit with myself, girl. I went on a journey. Who am I? Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Why am I so mean? Like I need to take accountability. I'm the problem. Like baby, I went on this journey.
And that's great because I went on my own, and I'm pretty sure we both did. A lot of time had passed, and my sister and I had never not talked before, especially for that extensive time. We talk every day in some kind of way. We're talking, and so to not talk for months and months and months, maybe a year, I literally don't know how long it was.
It's so crazy.
But now that we're back,
baby, it's on.
No, seriously.
Hey, it's
and
on.
You know what? Moving forward, I will definitely. I don't run away from problems now.
Yeah, I be running away from problems too.
So I
learned that about myself. And where did we get that from?
The one who just ran past the camera.
Exactly.
But
the apple don't fall too far from the tree. So parents, take accountability.
Yeah, but we've talked now. We have come up with a plan on, where I thrive in the business, where Maggie thrives in the business and, you know, the roles that we play in each other's lives and in our business. So we got an understanding of each other and an understanding of what we want out of our business and out of our relationship in general. And things are way better now, you know, open communication. I don't feel like I can't tell you anything. Not that I felt that way before, but it's like I don't feel like I'm walking on pins and needles.
Oh yeah, and I don't want to make anyone feel like that. And I feel like I was walking on pins and needles too.
So it's like we just weren't communicating correctly.
Exactly.
That's the key. Communication. So we've made amends.
Yeah, we cool.
We good. Cool, that's my little brother.
Yeah. So like for real for the business, I'll just tell you guys, I went to Compass Bank at the time, and I have been trying to get this money from them, y'all, because I just knew I was going to start my little investment journey, right? And they had denied me the first time, and I was like, dang, everything happened for a reason, and it lines up so, like, God is so cold, okay? So I had got denied the first time, and they denied me for $13,000, right? So I'm all like, dang, okay, let me try to figure out why they denied me. So I figured out why they denied me. And because my credit I had a 720 credit score at this time. So I'm like, what y'all talking about? Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I figured out why they denied me, and it was because I had too many inquiries. I had 5 inquiries. And I was like, oh, y'all tripping. So, yeah, I got my inquiry removed. And I had applied again. So when I applied the second time, they approved me for $30,500. Y'all, I cried. I said, oh my gosh, you know, I'm over here mad because I got denied for my little 13. God was trying to give me more.
Baby,
okay.
You doubled it.
And yes, and so it was nice. And had this money, then we was like, we gonna do this business.
Yeah. So Maggie approached me, you know, with the financial literacy credit repair business idea. And, you know, at that time, I'm like, well, why not? Because I'm ready to do it. I'm ready to do it all. So I said, okay, cool. Now, did I know what was going on? Absolutely not. I didn't know what was about to happen. I didn't know what I was going to be doing. Didn't know anything about credit. My sister was the one who taught me to even check my credit score. And that was just a few months prior.
Wow. That's crazy.
I didn't know that existed.
Down, though. She was
but
down.
I was down, okay? So I was like, cool, let's do it. So my sister got the funding. You ended up getting a mentor a few weeks or months later.
Because we wasn't making no money. Please don't think we started.
We was running.
Baby, we were making
25.
70. Yeah, we had $25 we were charging people to fix their credit.
And
going horse.
Yeah, literally. Like, $25 doing
everybody's.
Okay?
Like, everybody's stuff, everybody named mama.
They didn't have to do a thing. We were doing it all $25.
Like, that was nuts. But that's how passionate we were, because we was like, nah, like, y'all gotta get this. Like, this life is sweet. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
So excited about her ideas, and not to say she shouldn't. You absolutely should, but my girl goes overboard, okay? She wants everybody in there, and I don't know if you remember, I had to let you know, everybody can't come.
Yeah.
Everybody can't come, and my sister would get so mad that, you know,
I'd be like,
people aren't really taking advantage of the opportunities that she was presenting.
How is it money on the table and you tell me you don't want it? Like, and your life could change? Like, I don't know.
Everybody can't.
To me, I can't wrap my head around it.
So it's like maybe they're just not at a point where they can, you know. Yeah. They're just not at that point to where they can receive what you're saying at the moment.
And then also too, what I realized is that sometimes when you got an idea and it's solid, you got to move forward with your idea, and people have to see your idea come to fruition before they come on board. But we wasn't making no money at first. Like 3-4 months, we was making like $75, not literally a month, like $75 in 4 months. That was nuts, you know? So it's so funny. And I think you know this story. So like, my mom had a client come into her shop, which is why it is so important to do what God tells you to do. Don't question how it's going to come together. Just trust that it will. So my mom had a client come walk in she never done before. And my mom told her about our business that we had started. And, you know, shout out to you, sis. I don't want to call your name because the story a little shady, but shout out to you. Like, I would take that girl to lunch. You know what I'm saying? Because she's like, hey, I'm a business coach, child. And girl, I'm over here paying this girl my little money. Like, okay, she coaching me, she putting me on game. And I'm just like, sis, I'm paying you this money every single month and I'm not making any money. Like, what's up? Yeah. You know, I got so frustrated, and she was finally like, you know, let me come clean. Like, this is actually my mentor. Like, and it's crazy because it wasn't even her mentor. Like, it was just, she was watching her lives, girl. She was on her lives telling me, repeating the stuff that Ashley was saying on her lives. And she was like, let me put you on with Ashley. I love Ashley. That is my girl. Changed our entire life. Like, oh my gosh. You know, I just pray that God blesses her abundantly in life. For lifetimes, because she changed our life for real. And I got on a call with her. I did her live. Actually, I got on that live like old girl did. Just from that live, I made money. You know what I'm saying? And I booked a call with her, and that call was like $120. And I'm using this capital, baby, because I wasn't touching my own money. Using this capital, paid that $120, got on the phone with her, 20 minutes, boom, she gave me, I hate to say play, bro. I hate to say that. But she gave me a play, okay? And I did it and made $4,500. I said, oh my God. And then I was like, bet, I'm gonna do another call with her. Paid another $120, made like triple that. I said, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? And y'all, when there's some good stuff, I be wanting to tell, listen guys, we got a way. You know what I mean? It's a way out, guys. Yeah. And that's what we was doing though, for real. Like telling people like, hey, it's a way out for real, you know? Yeah, and then she was like, how about you just become, you know, a mentee of mine? And obviously that costs more money. I was like, okay, we got it. You know what I'm saying? You done made us this much money. Let's do it. 6 figures. And the next year, you know, we hit a mill. The next year we hit a mill twice. Like, I just couldn't believe it.
So much.
Like, I just couldn't believe it.
Like, was a lot happening. We were hitting so many milestones in such a short amount of time.
We was moving too fast.
Yes.
Too fast.
Yes, it literally was way too fast.
Yeah.
And like you could tell.
Like we literally didn't know what to do with that money. I remember the most money we made in a day. I will never forget this moment. I will never, never, never forget this moment. And some people watching this is like, oh girl, I do that. But it's some people watching that don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We made $13,000, almost $14,000, not just in one day, in less than 20 minutes. I could not believe that. And at that point, I was just like, nah, you can never pay me nothing else. Nothing else. I'm not doing nothing else, bruh, because I can do this in 20 minutes. Yeah. Like, that blew my mind. And that taught me, like, it ain't about nothing. It's about what you believe is possible up here and doing what God puts on your heart. Like, don't, hey, it was crazy. But what was your thoughts on that whole, what was your thoughts? Because I'm still
on like the whirlwind of
the shift. We went from poverty to making 13 grand in a day. Like,
yeah, it was definitely shocking, like for sure shocking, because it's like, again, I've never seen this much money before. Never, like, it's in our account right now. Like, that's crazy to look at. But also on the other hand, it has taken me a long time to get out of the poverty mindset. So it's like, and that doesn't mean like just being frugal or anything. That means overspending as well. That means, you know,
that's so true.
That means, oh, I got this money, but it's a hole in my pocket.
Yeah.
It's a hole in my pocket because we know how to get it right back.
Yeah.
But it don't come right back sometimes.
Yes.
It does not come right back sometimes.
So
and
true.
we had that experience.
Like, dang,
so,
where did it go?
Exactly. And it's like, there is the positive of having so much money, and like we had a time where we knew exactly what to do to make the money, but it still wasn't working. Like, it stopped working.
Yes, and I feel like God, hey, bro, I cannot say this enough. Like, my love for God is just so crazy. But God literally, it's like we're his children, right? Mm-hmm. And we are on this, okay, it's like we're his kids. We're going to go swimming. God gonna let us go swimming because he taught us how to swim. You know what I mean? Like, it's in us, right? So we go swimming, and we wanna act like we know everything, and we go swimming further than we need to go swimming because we don't have the proper skills to do that.
Yeah.
And because we don't have the proper skills to do that, God is gonna allow us to drown a little bit because you want to be so tough and act like I'm not your source.
Yeah.
Like, you got to figure it out, baby, because I was moving. I had got my head had got a little big.
It got big. It blew up. It blew up.
Like, I was smelling myself, like, and I was tripping. You know what I mean? And, you know, God let me go as far as I could swim. And, baby, he let me drown for a little bit. Like, a little bit. He let me, you know, bob my head a little bit, baby.
Come up for a little air.
Inhale some water, right? Yeah. And then he was like, okay. I said, God, okay.
Help me.
Baby. And he reeled me back in. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that was this whole time of everything, the custody battle for me. This is me, how I'm looking at the custody battle, you know, falling out with the kid's dad, like just the pain of letting go of friends who were such pivotal, you know, people in the business, like you losing my connection with you, like, and I really had to sit with God. Like, it was like, who can you turn to? Because no one else around you can help you here.
Yeah.
Baby, I locked in with God so tough.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
It takes those moments like that for you to have a certain realization, whatever that should be for you. You know, like, you're dependent on yourself. Like, I feel like in the business a lot, we were just going based off our own thoughts and, you know, our leaning on our own understanding.
Yeah, and it was a point, too. I got to tell you something.
Oh, God. What? I'm scared.
Oh, my gosh. I'm scared to say this.
Oh, no. What is it?
Okay. So, like I said, I had got to the point to where I was drowning, right? And I was reaching for anything.
Oh, God, what?
So I was reaching for anything, like, literally, I was drowning, right? And I felt like no one around me could help me. And I was not, my foundation with God was there, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't a finished, completed foundation at the time. And I feel like my mom watches this. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord.
I just am so nervous, bro. I'm not nervous, but I'm just kind of like,
know?
nah, she don't know.
Lord.
Nobody knows, girl. I'm so nervous about saying this because
spit it out now.
Okay, and I was and I have a problem with that. It's hard for me to come out with hard
Girl.
things. It's hard for me to come out with hard things, and I have to say this by stating quite plainly that don't judge me, baby. And I know y'all gonna judge me, but don't. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? What I'm about to say, some of you guys actively, like, this is your life. You know what I mean? And God still loves me, baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm still locked in tough with God.
That's enough.
Okay.
Get it out.
So anyways, y'all, it was a point in the business where I'm just like, dang, you know, we still got this 6-figure salary, and I know you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? But so I had ran across I ran across this video on YouTube, right? Because it was like we was struggling a little bit. Like,
was I still in the business, or this is after?
Just a little
Lord,
bit, you know what I mean? And I ran across this video on YouTube, and it was this lady, and she was just like, so you guys know that y'all can pray to the moon, right? You remember that?
No.
And she was just like, but put God in it. And so she was just like, this is what you guys do. So in the video, she was just like, a lot of Christians don't take, like, it's so much power in being a Christian, right? And she was just like, but it also is other power here that you can tap into. So I was just like, okay, like, but the reason that it hooked me, the devil hooked me, was because we was not pushing and rolling like how we was pushing and rolling at one point. And so again, I'm out so far, I'm literally reaching for anything to get me out of this water because I'm stressed. It's coming up to here, you understand? So the girl was like, yeah, like this is what you can do as a Christian to make more money. And so she was just like, what you're gonna do is you're going to write something down, write like what you want, right? And she was like, get a bowl of water, a white bowl of water. And she was like, take it outside when the moon is full. And she was like, sit the bowl of water outside. And I didn't know at the time that, oh, this is an offering.
Oh.
This is an offering. She was like, sit the bowl outside. And then she was like, write X, Y, and Z down. And then she was just like, and then get you a candle and light it. And don't let the candle blow out. Let it.
Is it outside with the bowl?
Yeah. So she's like, let it blow out. So y'all, I did that.
Oh God.
I know, y'all. I did
it work?
That. It did.
Oh, that's scary.
Oh, and it worked, y'all.
Ouch.
And I was like, and I
Wait, at that time, not now,
mm-hmm.
but at that time, when did it work? How soon after did it work?
The next day.
Oh my gosh, what were you thinking?
Like I was like, we need some money, baby. Money came through the next day, like big money.
And you didn't say nothing.
I was tripping.
But did you know you were tripping? Or is this
kind of not really, like not really, because I was looking at it like, okay, but because she was just like, make sure you read the Word of God, like read the Bible, and also say a prayer before you do it, you know, in Jesus's name. So I'm thinking that, okay, like, you know, God is in this, like Jesus is in this, but baby, that ain't nowhere in it. Like, it actually is in the Bible, and what that is witchcraft. Like, like it's that, you know what I'm saying?
Girl.
And yeah, I never shared that with anybody, but
you doing sorcery?
girl, I'm not doing that no more, baby. But the crazy part about it is the devil will, bruh, like you literally
tie it in a bow, make it cute.
It's like you can go either way because we have a choice. I just look at life like it's a maze. Mm-hmm. You know, we have a choice. We start at A, we end at Z, but we can go anywhere in the maze. Now, because of God, he gives us the foundation and he tells us where to go in the maze so that we're protected and that we're covered. You know what I mean? And he also tells us what comes with being a child of God in this maze. But if you want to do your own thing could come with all this other stuff. So that was my choice. You know, I went down this path of like trying to be feeling myself and took God out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And
what was the consequence?
The consequence of that, girl, that's when like, I feel like that was when everything started coming. Because it's also the custody battle time. Like a little bit after the custody battle.
You just never said nothing.
No, girl, because who I'm going to tell? Because like, who I'm going to tell? What I'm going to say? Oh, girl, I'm doing witchcraft now. Like, that's crazy. And I know it's not crazy for some people. But for us, for Melanie
Melanie Welch's children,
baby, that's wild, you know. Ooh. But again, this is my truth.
What your mama gonna say?
Girl, listen. Hey, this is my truth, and I know people know what I'm talking about. Like, we're human. You know what I'm saying? We're human, and girl, that was something that I did, and after that, I felt like the house that we was at, baby, that thing was swarming with spirits. Like, I felt...
Oh, that's where you did it?
Yes, yes, girl. And I know David probably looking at me crazy, but...
Once he watches this?
Ooh.
Or at that moment. He knew?
No, he didn't know. So this is him finding out.
Everybody's finding out right now.
But yeah, you know, I felt like that was something that I did because I was literally reaching for...
Yeah, just
anything to help save this business.
Yeah.
And God was like, nah, sis. And I wanted, that was the time where I was really feeling the suicidal thoughts. Mm-hmm. Like I felt like, it was so horrible. I felt like I was dying every night. Like, you know what I mean? Like I lit, like no cap. Like it would be times where I would be like, oh my God, waking up because I would be telling David, dude, I literally just died. Damn. You know what I mean? Like I could feel my air and it was terrible, you know? But that was also the place that I found God for real, you know, and so everything happens for a reason.
Well, that's beautiful. I mean, I feel like if you've ever been in a spot in life where you really needed something and you didn't know how you were going to get it, there are always thoughts and actions of how you can get it. Like, your baby might need something. Hey, let's go steal it. Like, you know, everybody's not going to go steal. Some people, you know, you're not going to do nothing, or you're going to do what you think is the best thing to do at that time. And that's what you thought was the best thing to do. So it's like, if you judge my sister, it's on sight. But, you know, it's like, we've all done questionable things.
That's facts.
We've all done questionable things, okay? Yeah. Some of us are still doing it.
Yeah, that's real.
But, you know, you got to learn.
Yeah.
You learned from it. You realized that's not something that, you know, was for you. And now you know better ways to make the money.
Yeah. And now I know that God is my source.
Exactly.
Like, undoubtedly that God is my source.
Yeah.
And at that time it was like, gotta make this money.
Yeah.
Gotta.
It was just so much happening at that time, and so many bills we had to pay. And we still had, you know, our employees, like she said, the bread and butter of the business. We had to make sure that they were taken care of. We needed them, you know, just as much as they needed us, but we needed them.
Yeah.
Because we couldn't do, you know, what they do. We could, and we did, but
it was the whole, the scaling process, you know, that we really didn't get into, you know, us starting the business with just us two. And then, you know, I don't even remember what was next. It was just like, oh, okay.
Just off rip, I feel like we each had our own roles.
Yeah, we did. Rip. And then it was like, okay, but if we keep doing it this way, we're only going to make this much money, and we're tired.
Yeah.
So let's think out of the box. 4-hour work week, highly recommend. That is what really got me to thinking outside of the normal.
4-hour work week?
Yeah, 4-hour work week. I don't know who the author is, but it's a solid book. And that is what got me to thinking outside of the box as far as like what more we could achieve. And then it was just me and you, and then we were like, we need some more help with this. And I think, who did we hire next?
Your friends. Was Jermaine first?
No, it was Joe. It was Joe. Shout out to Joe. Like, shout out to you, girl. Love you, girl. But yeah, Joe was the one who would, if y'all remember from 2018, 2019, y'all be chatting with us. Some of y'all thought it was us, but it was Joe, baby, in the DMs, okay? Yeah. So we hired Joe, and because we would get flooded with DMs, you know, and she would be managing our DMs, which freed us from having to do that and allowed us to do more. And then who did we hire next after that?
That time, I think I had gone back to...
Oh.
You guys, it was, you know, I had gone back into the medical field because that's just my calling, for sure. But I was in the business, but I wasn't in it as much. So Maggie had hired her friends, and they were doing their thing, and I wasn't really in it to know I didn't even know you had hired all of them. I really didn't. Y'all, the communication was trash, okay?
Dang, my bad.
Well, it wasn't your bad. I mean, it was our bad.
Yeah.
It was both of us. We both dropped the ball.
Yeah. It probably looked solid on the outside, but on the inside, baby, that thing was wobbly.
We had bubble guts.
It was it was a hot mess.
It was terrible.
But it was cool though. It was cool though.
Yeah, it was like good things, but then when it got down to like just other areas of the business, we just didn't
know.
Yeah.
We just didn't know.
It was, and we were learning still.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and then I think we hired our HR, which is my friend Jermaine, and she's so great. And then she ended up hiring other people. We started outsourcing. Ashley, our mentor, connected us with other people. We started outsourcing people from overseas to do different tasks that we didn't want to do, and it was really cost efficient. And so yeah, you know, it's been cool. We've learned a lot along the way. I don't feel like I would change anything. I feel like everything had to go the way it needed to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? What do you think?
I wouldn't change anything either. I mean, it definitely grew me up.
Mm-hmm.
Cause but like for a long time, I just had an adolescent mindset because I'm used to being the baby.
Mm-hmm.
And so that doesn't mean I just got everything I wanted, but that just means that you guys always took care of it. So I didn't necessarily have to.
Okay, and because you didn't go through the struggle like how we went through the struggle.
I did.
But you didn't process the struggle how we processed the struggle.
No, not like when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
When you and our brother Isaiah, when you guys got out of the house, I was now in high school, I believe. So it was at that time.
Oh, okay. You went through your own struggle.
Right, because then it's just, I'm by myself now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, okay, what's happening here?
Yeah.
What's happening? And then, you just start seeing. It's like you said you were 15 or 16, and now I'm like fresh into my freshman year of high school. I'm 13, 14, and that's my realization of, oh, we're poor. Oh, no, we are poor. So it's like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah.
Like, God, and then it's like you look back and when you're smaller and it's like, dang, we really are. I've always been.
It's a reality. It's a reality.
It is. And, shout out to my old middle school, high school friends. Y'all did not judge me. Like, I still love you guys. We don't talk anymore like that, but they loved coming over. We didn't even have lights sometimes, and we had so much fun. We had a lot of fun with no lights, and regardless of not having, certain things, my mom always and God always provided. Like, seriously, it was, my mom didn't provide or she wasn't always able to provide like monetarily or materialistic, but where it lacked there, she gave us so much love and she instilled hope into us and faith, and my friends loved that.
Yeah.
My friends loved it. She might not have been able to, take us, I don't even know if jump places was a thing back then, but we might not have gone to like amusement parks and stuff like that, but my mom always made sure that my friends and I and us just had a good time, and we were always outside of the house. We were never stuck in the house. We were always playing or doing something. Like, we just weren't engulfed in the struggle.
Yeah, she took our mind away from the struggle. And I feel like with that said, I think we should just end on the fact that we're here at this point.
Yeah.
Like, we're in her salon.
Exactly.
And we're not struggling no more. You know what I mean? And life be lifing, but God is good. You know what I mean? And even though we've gone through the highs and lows of being a family-owned business, being a Black-owned business, in poverty, like, God still allowed us to be here today. And, I just hope that whatever we cover today, that the people watching could feel it. It penetrates you guys' spirit to the point to where it motivates you to do what God, has placed on your heart.
So with that being said, love your family, love yourselves, take care of yourselves, and just keep striving, keep moving forward, and that's all I got.
All right, you guys, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, please follow us. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments. Can you guys relate to anything that we covered? Did you all have any questions that maybe we did not talk about? But yeah, without further ado, baby, we gonna chunk deuces on y'all boys.
Bye, y'all. See you next time.